What's up everybody? Welcome back to Blossom Power. I'm here with another video and you might hear some sounds. That's because people are downstairs, staying up late. It's part of living with other people. Of course I prefer to live alone, but what can you do? I'm poor. The other thing that you'll notice is that it's night and the lighting is significantly different. I don't prefer it this way, but until I get another setup, I don't know what I'm gonna do. So I want to come to you today with a public service announcement saying that friends are not substitutes for life coaches and therapists. Those are paid professionals, licensed professionals for a reason, and to seek the same service in your friends is a bit unfair. Of course, I have a story to go with today's theme. What do you think I'm here for? A while ago, I met up with an old friend after having some time apart, not for any specific reason, just life. There was some indication that he didn't like how much I was dedicating time to my then boyfriend, but that's maybe a different category for another day. The first thing that he asked me was if I was over my ex yet. I thought it was rude and I called him out on it. I said, I don't like that you asked me that. And he said, oh, okay, I didn't mean it that way. But he didn't actually say the word sorry, which is a technicality, I realize, but I'm a Virgo, I'm a perfectionist, and if you don't say sorry, I'm not gonna believe it. So we met up, we sat down, and we caught up a little bit. Then we got into the reason that he wanted to meet up. So the reason that he wanted to meet up was because he likes his coworker. And as one of his best lady friends, he wanted to ask me my advice as a woman. And so the basics were he likes her, they work together, she already has a boyfriend, and he thinks that the boyfriend is trash. This already sounds so much like a romantic comedy, like where's Meg Ryan when you need her? So after getting the basic information and the general situation, I started to ask some great questions because I am just that good. I should have been a journalist if I wasn't pursuing a teaching career. What do you like about her? When did this start? What makes you think that she likes you? Do you want her to dump him to get with you? Or do you kind of want to be a throuple? Do you want to share her with him because she has that much love to go around? If she says no, can you remain professional at work? If you start dating, can you remain professional at work? And most importantly, what is your end goal here? And to this, he had basically no answers. The way that he was speaking, he seemed generally confused and he didn't really have any direction. And to me, it became clear that whatever feelings or investment he might have had in this situation, they maybe weren't very big or they weren't very clear. The feelings surrounding the situation weren't providing him with any direction itself, and it became clear that he hadn't given it very much thought. And so it all rang as very inconclusive, and I was going to be doing pretty much all the deciding for him or doing all the work for him, which is not fair because it's not my life. It's not my workplace romance. Finally, I asked, do you really want advice or do you just want to vent? And I think that this is an important question to ask our friends because our time is very valuable, and for me, quality time is my love language, and if I'm going to be there for you, I really want to do it in the way that you need me to. So if you really want to vent and me just be a pair of ears, I'm happy to do that. If you want advice, I'm happy to be more attentive and customize the advice that I'm going to give you so that it might be worthwhile for you. And also nowadays, I really value my time, and so people better not waste it, otherwise I get cranky. That being said, on the other hand, it's important that before you sit down at the table and unload all of your feelings to your friend or your confidant, what have you, it's important that you ask them, hey, are you in a good mental, emotional, timely space to hear me and to listen to me and to for me to unpack all of this and to maybe be a sounding board for me? Because if the answer is yes, that's really great. If the answer is no, you might have to seek somebody else. And then at the time, I had already done the breakup that I was talking about in the single swag thing, and I was with my rebound. But when I invited my rebound to the bar where we were meeting up, this guy had the gall to like be jealous of him or like physically place himself between me and Mr. Rebound. And that guy was a whole mess, and that's a story for another time. It's coming. It's coming. I do have a therapist myself, and she's gonna hear all about this, and then I'm going to pay her because she deserves it. The point is, if you want me to direct your life, be your life coach, okay, pay me $50 or $100 up front, bring me a case of beer, not just one pint, and get a chair with my name on it, and a bullhorn, and a beret, and like the thing that goes like on set. Because if I'm gonna direct your life, if I'm gonna direct the movie that is your life, I'm gonna do it in style. In all seriousness, if you would like a life coach, if you would like a therapist, there are plenty of them on the internets. A lot of them have social media pages. For a therapist, there are many that do take Medicaid. Mine does. Now that we have covered what friends are not, we can afford to say that they are fun people who, you know, take you out to movies and you guys get food together and you do like hobbies together, maybe some sports, and you know, your family likes them, they vibe with your pets and your friends, and I just described dating. So friends and friendships are like dating. Platonic dating. Awesome. So that's all I have for you today. And now I want to hear from you. Have you ever been the friend who is like the therapist, life coach that people rely on and always come to you for advice? Do you think that you have really good advice to give? Do you ever get irritated that people might be using you for your skills and kind of giving nothing in return, or you can't go to them for advice in the same way? On the other hand, are you the kind of person who uses your friends instead of going to a professional therapist? I'm not trying to shame anybody. I'm really not trying to judge anybody. Everybody is on their own journey, their own process. But I think that drawing the line is something that we have to do in saying, hey, I'm not your therapist. I'm not your life coach. As much as I would love to help you with this, it sounds like you need to give it a little bit more thought before I can give you any sage words. If there is any moral of this story, it is that if you are comfortable giving out advice and out of the goodness of your heart, you just have an endless reservoir of truth giving, go ahead and keep doing that. I think you're awesome, and I think you are the embodiment of sunshine. If you are not comfortable with it, practice saying no in a lot of different ways. You don't have to say the word no. You can say different forms. You can say, I'm not comfortable with this. I don't think that I'm the right person to talk to. You can say, maybe we should talk about this another time. Or even just send them away and say, think about this a little bit more and I'll meet back with you next week. You can see my secretary up front and they'll send you a bill. That's all I have for you, and of course I do want to hear from you in the comments if you want to request content, if you like what you saw, you know the button to press. If you want to see more content and you want to know when it comes out, go ahead and press the subscribe button. I'm pretty sure it's still a big red rectangle. If you want to request content from me, of course you can send me a little DM, slide into the DMs, or go into the comment section, and yeah. I hope that you blossom today. I feel like I blossomed today, and I hope that you do it every day until I see you next time. Take care. drink your water, get enough sleep, eat some good food, pet your animals, and stay safe.